And, well, they're going to let him run the play. Corral, A.J. Brown open. He found a pocket in that pass defense. Brown still going. Brown toward the end zone. Touchdown. At the end of that, Abram trying to rip the ball away. He could not. 41 yards. Now the clock went to 0, and they let him. The ball maybe got snapped right at 0. Now here we go. We haven't had much of this. I give the players credit. A.J. Brown now. He threw a punch. And now Corral, the freshman, he's got his hand in the face mask. Helmet gets ripped off. So I was giving everybody credit for keeping their cool throughout this rivalry game. Now the cool is lost. Everybody charging out onto the field. And this could get ugly. I guess it's already gotten ugly. And Brown, who is from Starkville, and maybe no player more in the center of this rivalry than he. Mississippi State, as they were started back toward their sideline, were doing a little dance. Now their coaches are trying to get everybody pointed back in the other direction. We still have a quarter to go.
Well, they held their emotions in check for 45 game time minutes, and eventually it was going to boil over, and here it was.
Now you wonder if A.J. Brown is going to be able to play anymore in this game.
Yeah, he looked like he threw a punch. You can see him at the top of your screen.
Well,
yeah, him and Abram exchanging punches.
All of it on a play that I thought might not have even counted. And the clock went to 0, and I thought there was a little hesitation. And then after the play that was a touchdown, yikes, a couple of punches thrown. Corral got right in the middle of it. He got punched in the face. This one could take a few moments to sort out.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on all players from both teams. That will be their first unsportsmanlike conduct foul. With a flagrant personal foul, number 2 and number 3 of the defense. Number 2 and number 3 are disqualified. Flagrant personal foul, number 38 of the offense. Number 38 is disqualified. Those fouls offset. We will now do try.
So that, let me get that correct. So we had two Mississippi State players who were disqualified. One Ole Miss player. Those numbers, I'm not totally sure they got the numbers right. Maybe they did.
Then they called unsportsmanlike conduct fouls on everybody on both teams.
Everybody.
Counted as the first of the game, but the player disqualified.
Already had one unsportsmanlike conduct foul in the game. This will be his second. He's disqualified.
And Willie Gay, number 6, too, was disqualified because he had an unsportsmanlike earlier in the game. When he threw the football, we saw a similar situation to that against Florida and Vanderbilt when there was a bench clearing situation.
Right.
And Voshon Joseph was ejected because he had a previous call of unsportsmanlike. So just a lot of things to tackle there.
And when they all leave the bench like that, there's really nothing more you can do. They got the 2 most flagrant ones, but then you got to charge everybody because you just don't know who else is involved. So that's really the way to do that.
C.J. Moore, the player for Ole Miss, one of those players. Peters for Mississippi State. It is, and there's Peters, number 2. It is interesting. We saw 38 for Mississippi State. Abram throw. I described it as a punch. Certainly was close to it. A.J. Brown did the same. Those two were not ejected from the game with those flagrant personal fouls. It was 38 on the Ole Miss side, C.J. Moore, who was disqualified.